everyone, thank you so much for watching. My name is Elena, and today I'm going to be talking about my weight loss journey and how I lost over 40 pounds, what I did and what I continue to do to maintain my weight. So if you want to see how I did it, then please keep watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment down below. All right. So before I do get started, I just want to say that obviously I'm not a nutritionist. I am not a dietitian. I'm not saying that you need to do this or that you should do this. This is just what I did, what worked for me and for my body type. So please keep in mind, we all have different body types. We all have different food needs. So maybe what I did might not work for you, or it might, just basically take this with a grain of salt is what I'm saying. So I started my weight loss journey back in 2018. It was about April when I joined the gym. That's where everything started. I joined the gym, and to be honest, I didn't really know what I was doing, because when I started going to the gym, my intention was never to lose as much weight as I have. I kind of just did it for mental health purposes. Like, I was in a good place, and for me that was a stress relief. So it wasn't until a couple months of me going to the gym consistently that I noticed that I had lost a little bit of weight. It was about like 8 to 10 pounds, and I was already like 3 months into the gym, and I hadn't changed the way that I was eating. So that's probably why I hadn't lost a lot of weight. But like I said, I never intended to lose this much weight. So it wasn't until, like I said, I was 3 months in when I kind of started doing research about weight loss and foods that I could eat to lose weight and exercises that I could do to lose weight, because I didn't know what I was doing at the gym. I would honestly just do cardio. That's all I did. I would do cardio, and I would do a couple of like leg machines, and then I would call it a day. Like, I did not know what I was doing. So I started researching about caloric deficits and foods that promote weight loss. And that's what I did. I went on a caloric deficit back in, I want to say September of 2018, all the way through December of 2018. So I was in a caloric deficit for 3-4 months. And I was eating about 1,900 calories at the time. And I was primarily doing a low carb, low sugar lifestyle. I wasn't keto by any means. I actually can't do keto. I'm lactose intolerant, so yeah, keto would not be good for me. So yeah, like I said, I was doing low carb, low sugar. I was mainly eating like veggies and protein and salads, protein shakes, oats, that kind of thing. Like the most typical food that you can think of weight loss was what I was eating. And it may sound kind of boring, and at first I really think it was. Like, I was eating the same thing every day for 4 months, and eventually I got really sick of it and I hit a plateau. So fast forward to January of 2019, I stopped doing my calorie deficit, and I believe at this point I was about 20 to 25 pounds down, and I wasn't satisfied. I was like, no, I can keep doing this. So then I did more research about reading food labels and calculating my macros. I think that's so important when it comes to weight loss, really hitting all of your macronutrients and learning how to read food labels. I cannot stress this enough. Sometimes products are labeled as healthy, but then they're filled with a whole bunch of added sugars, and it's no good for you. So definitely learn how to read a food label, because you would be surprised of all of the icky ingredients that are in things that are supposedly healthy. So yes, that is definitely a game changer, learning how to read food labels and learning how to calculate your macros. So then, where was I? Yes, January of 2019 hit. I did another cut. I wasn't necessarily in a caloric deficit anymore, because by that point I kind of knew the foods that I was eating. I would know like where I was in terms of calories. So I was eating at that point, I want to say anywhere from 1900 to 2000 calories. And as far as the gym went, I started lifting more, which I do recommend that you lift. Lifting is really good for you in terms of fat loss. If you want to lose fat, there's a difference between losing fat and losing weight. And there's a difference between, what's it called, BMIs and stuff, because someone could weigh 135 pounds, but they're super lean, super cut, and you know, they're thin. And then there's this person who weighs exactly the same, but they have no real definition to their body. So yeah, muscle and fat, you know, there's a difference. And don't really pay attention to the scale. I feel like the scale is so inaccurate, and that's something that I've learned the hard way. I definitely for a while did focus too much on what the scale said and not what my body was saying, because like I said, I could be weighing 135 pounds and I look super lean and super fit, as opposed to I could be 120 pounds but I'm super flabby and just, you know, not toned at all. So keep that in mind as well. As far as gym goes, like I said, I started lifting more, and I started like cutting my days and exercises. So like, okay, Mondays I'm gonna do cardio. Tuesdays I'm gonna focus on legs and a little bit of cardio. I would still do cardio every day, but I just lessened my cardio intake, because in the beginning I was doing like an hour of cardio and then only like 10-15 minutes of like weight training. And now I feel like I definitely need to focus more on weight training and a little bit less on cardio, just for my personal preferences. Keep in mind wherever your body is at and whatever goal you want to be at is completely different than from where I am personally. But like I said, doing a mixture both of cardio and weight training is really important in terms of weight loss and fat loss. And as far as food goes, like I said, I did go on another cut back in January of 2019. And I did it for like, I want to say 3 months. Then I was again just staying between 1900 to like 2500 calories. And I continued to do cardio, weights. Yeah, I was going to say weight training. Sorry. Let's see, what else? Did I go back on a calorie deficit? I think I did do one last calorie deficit back in 2019, and I want to say it was towards the end of the year, probably back in October to December. I went on another caloric deficit, and this time I did stay under 2,000 calories. I was like 1900 again. 1900? Yeah. So I feel like when I did that caloric deficit for the second half of that year, I feel like I lost a really big significant amount of weight, and that's because I had cut out all sugars at that point. I wasn't doing any added sugars. Well, I still don't like to do added sugars till this day. And I was still doing really low carb. I wasn't eating any bread. I remember the only carb that I was getting was from my vegetables and from like oats or whatever. But yeah, I wasn't eating any breads or any pastas at that point. I still kind of don't really have any breads or pastas unless it's like made from chickpeas, because those are really good for you, not only in carbohydrates but like in protein. It has a lot of protein, which is great. And then fast forward to 2020, present day, I didn't do any caloric deficits this year, but I have noticed that I am eating less than normally, which is not good, especially because of this whole COVID thing. I feel like I'm definitely tracking more of what I'm eating because the gyms are closed, and let's be honest, a home workout is not the same as actually going to the gym. We can all fool ourselves into thinking that it is, but like it's not. And thankfully I bought a treadmill, and that's been really good, and I'm trying to get more weights so I can do weights here at home. And let's see. Oh yeah, food wise, I am planning on doing like what I eat in a day videos, because like I said, I do eat very low carb, low sugar, and I do love to bake, and anything that I bake, I always do it as low carb and low sugar as possible. So I definitely have a whole bunch of like recipes that I would love to share with all of you. Like my banana bread is like chef's kiss, and you know, just a whole bunch of like videos that I would love to share with you guys as far as like what I eat for weight loss, and maybe it can inspire you to start your own weight loss journey, or to, you know, see what kind of foods you maybe want to incorporate into your everyday life. I can definitely do that for you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure that there's other videos that are way more helpful than mine, but this is just honestly what I did and how I personally lost like over 40 pounds at this point. And yeah, it was basically just being on a caloric deficit, going to the gym every day, and you know, kind of just learning how to read food labels, because like I said, they try to trick you into thinking it's healthy and it's really not. So yeah, also if you want me to do a video all about macronutrients, how to track and calculate your macros, and how to read food labels properly, I can definitely do that for you guys as well. So yeah. Take a shot every time I said so yeah throughout the video. Just kidding, don't do that, especially if you're not 21. There I go again. So yeah, that was everything for today. If you liked this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave me a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.